You are the best of me, darling. You are the best of me, darling.
Hi, before we begin, let me just introduce myself. I am the curious transient, and yes, I'm not a natural born English speaker. In fact, English is my second language. So if you have a problem with my accent, or if you just don't like listening to people that can't speak proper English with the proper American or British accent, it's fine. But if you've seen this video, that means YouTube recommended it. That means that this video is all about one person, the Ohm Wrecker or mass gamer. Now, before I delve deeper into the Ohm Wrecker situation, let me just give you a brief background about Ohm Wrecker or what I know about Ohm Wrecker or how I found out about the Ohm Wrecker. It all started around 2017. I was working on a specific island that was void of any outside information aside from a slow internet connection. And one of the best things that I found during that time was YouTube. I found a lot of Let's Plays because I like playing games myself, and because of my job that time, I couldn't afford to buy any high-end laptops to play games. So I could just watch on YouTube how other people play new games that just came out that I couldn't play myself. One of these games is Friday the 13th. And this is where I met Ohm Wrecker, or this is where I started following Ohm Wrecker. At first, I liked his videos. It was funny. He had a lot of fun with friends. There was a lot of funny interactions. This is where I also started to know about the gang, cartoons, H2O Delirious, Bryce McQuaid, Gorilla Fent. I wouldn't know about these people if it wasn't for Ohmwrecker. And I'm making this video because I am deeply disappointed in Ohmwrecker. Now don't get me wrong, I was a fan before, but not anymore. So you see, you've probably heard about the recent drama that's been going on between Ohmwrecker and H2O Delirious. So let me just say, if you think Ohmwrecker is doing a good thing here, then I think you should learn more about who Ohmwrecker is, just like what I did. You see, when I was watching Ohmwrecker playing video games with his friends, I started following them too. I started following H2O Delirious. I started following Bryce McQuaid. And I started following cartoons. A few months down the line, I noticed that Ohmwrecker is not playing much with a specific person, and that person is Bryce McQuaid. So let me tell you what is publicly known about the Bryce and Ohmwrecker drama. Now, before anything else, let me just say, it seems that they have patched together or they have been okay now for quite some time because you have seen a few videos with Bryce playing with Ohm. Now, I am gonna put some screenshots, some previous tweets made by Ohm, and a tweet made by Bryce about what actually happened. So, from my understanding, Bryce wanted to gain muscle, to be healthier, to have a six pack. And if you were a true friend and you found out that your friend was gonna be healthier, what is the first thing that you're going to do? You would be very happy for them. Am I right? Well, that's when the problem comes in because Ohmwrecker posted on his Twitter, "You do not need a six pack to be healthy. Just want you guys to know that the pursuit of a six pack is usually about vanity, not health." Aside from that, he made a few more post during that day. When people try to instigate our communities to fight, I don't like that, especially shortly after lots of other BS happen. Let it be. This is important. Creators are unique in the position of being role models and an influence. Health involves way more than muscles and fat. The message I put out there about health earlier was not to throw shade, but to let viewers know they can be healthy, even with different bodies. Love who you are, take care of yourself, exercise, of course, healthy, but you don't need to be a fitness model. Just remember that. Society plants these ideas about body image that don't match up with scientific studies. You can be 100% healthy even with some body fat. Now, why did Ohm post this? It's because Bryce posted about his six pack journey. Imagine that. Your own friend, the person you've been playing games with for a long, long time, getting healthy. And the first thing you do is tell him, oh, a six pack is not healthy. And not only that, Ohm blocked Bryce on Twitter. Bryce was so shocked. Now, what happened? Bryce commented on one of Ohm's posts and said, how supportive of you. And definitely not a subtweet. Now, what does this mean? It means that Ohmwrecker and Bryce had drama. These are the only screenshots I found on the internet. After this, Bryce surprisingly got into a relationship with one of Ohmwrecker's mods. And because of the drama, the mod left Ohmwrecker and had a relationship with Bryce. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're both married now. Bryce was understandably confused by Ohmwrecker's tweet, but couldn't ask for clarification because someone he was supposed to work with had preemptively blocked him on Twitter. Now, let me tell you about my opinion about this incident. When I found out about this, I was deeply, deeply disappointed in Ohmwrecker. I understand if you have different views on health and fitness, but why do you need to bring down a person who wants to be healthy, who wants to be fit? And if they think being healthy and being fit means having a six pack, then let them have a six pack. What's so wrong with that? Anyway, I was still sub to him at that time, but I found a few more things that didn't seem to sit well with me. You see, another person that Ohm played with was a girl streamer named Malika. Malika plays a Twitch streamer who once did collabs with Ohmwrecker on games like Friday the 13th and SOS. Now, it turns out, supposedly, they were both having a secret relationship, despite Ohm supposedly having a relationship of his own during that time. Because of that, both Ohm and Malika had to stop playing with each other for months with no explanation. Now, I'm gonna read what Malika and Ohm had to say. Malika said, if someone clearly wants space after spending a lot of time with someone, the incorrect way to handle that is to get upset and burn all the bridges with them or stalk and message all their friends. That just makes me want to not to talk to you even more. Omega, yikes. Now, Malika sent out a tweet longer about the drama with the man who shall not be named. Well, I'm going to name him because he's not on the level of Voldemort. He's Ohmwrecker, or I like to call him Homewrecker nowadays. So let me just read what Malika said. Here is the truth. I have not been myself lately for a multitude of reasons, but I want to be clear on a big contributing factor, thus of which has caused a lot of drama, but I feel it's time it's been said. I've been with content creators in the past. No names need to be said. But there's been a few times I've been in a relationship with fellow streamers or even just random hookups or flirtations. It happens, it's natural. What I was not expecting was to have feelings for someone who is already in a relationship. But it happened. I don't need to name names because anyone with half a brain could figure it out and already has thought it before me even saying this. Clearly, we got close very quickly, and by very quickly, I mean almost instantly. Things cross a line and they probably shouldn't have. I'm single, what I do doesn't matter. But if the person I'm doing things with is in a relationship, it is clearly wrong and shouldn't be done. I was led to believe that this relationship was not loving or romantic, and was told they're just like roommates. And that's the extent of detail I'll go into justifying my thought process. I've never been a side chick. I'm highly against cheating. But somehow, I was conned into believing that maybe it was worth continuing because I truly did like this person. Tension stirred when we continued to spend a lot of time together, denying our dynamic and obvious attraction we had for each other on stream, even though it was very clear to everyone something was up. It didn't take long before the constant denial became tiresome. Ever since then, we have been in a never ending cycle of fighting, making up, and it always comes down to the fact that I was used, lied to, manipulated, and led to believe that this dynamic was okay when it really wasn't. So people can call me the bad guy if they want, but when it comes down to, in my mind, is it's the person who is in a relationship's choice to act on things and cheat or not to cheat. No, things didn't get to the point of happening in person, although it was talked about on more than one occasion. But no matter how you look at it, it's cheating and it's wrong. I don't think he is a bad person. I wouldn't have been so drawn to him if I did. But I'm tired of being looked at as the person in the wrong when all I did was try to mend things and keep even a friendship together because I truly did care about this person. I wanted them to be happy, but I'm tired of risking my happiness for someone who I don't believe has any interest in my feelings any longer. I'm tired of being shit talked by his community, being harassed by people who have no idea what they're talking about, and I'm tired of always having to smile and pretend that we're still friends. I don't want to end things on a bad note, and I even did try, even after the latest drama, to reach out and resolve things like adults, but again I was ignored. So it's out there now. You choose who you think is in the wrong. But this whole thing has been super upsetting to deal with by myself. I'm tired of avoiding and lying about it. Confront your demons. I will not be discussing this on stream now or anytime in the future. I just want to be upfront and attempt to find some closure on what should have never started to begin with. The heart wants what it wants, and right now my heart wants to find its peace and apologize for ever giving in to someone I am so morally against to begin with. That is Malika's tweet longer. And I'm going to show you a lot of her tweets about Ohmwrecker, and I hope you can read it by yourself. You can just pause the video and read it if you want. And I'm also going to read you a specific message between Ohmwrecker and Malika. Ohmwrecker said, "You are committing extortion and will be liable for damages. Stop messaging me." Malika said, "LMAO, what am I extorting you for?" Ohmwrecker continued, "Stop messaging me." Malika said, "Extortion is a criminal offense of obtaining money, property, or services from an individual or institution through coercion. I'm not getting anything. Don't threaten me. Lol." Now, that being said, my thoughts on this. Cheating is obviously wrong. Now, why did I bring this up? It's simply because how can you expect a guy who was supposedly on the side of the women, who supposedly was hated, was abused by another creator, when this person himself cheated on his own relationship, supposedly with this streamer? Isn't it, what do you say? Pot calling the kettle black? It's funny to me that Ohmwrecker could be on the side of the girls that were supposedly abused when he himself was supposedly abusing another girl, even if they were in another relationship. But again, this is just my opinion, and I've just said supposedly a lot of times. It's up for you to decide. I just want the truth to be out there. But that's not the only thing I'm going to talk about today. You see, I do have something to thank Ohmwrecker for. He introduced me to my favorite YouTuber. I'm talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Cartoons. Now, I started being a fan of Ohmwrecker, but after I heard of this drama, I unsubbed from him and I became a fan of Cartoons now. Let's be clear, Cartoons is H2O Delirious' closest friend. He knows what H2O looks like. So, even during this drama with Ohmwrecker, Cartoons has been quiet. But that doesn't mean Cartoons doesn't have beef with Ohmwrecker. I actually found out all about this information because I was curious on a specific thing that happened. You see, a few years ago, Cartoons was playing one of my favorite games, which is State of Decay 2. And during that playthrough, Cartoons had an idea. Instead of doing a single video per day affair to showcase his gameplay videos, he started posting all of his gameplay videos on the same day so that the people who wanted to watch him play could see it all on the same day and didn't need to wait any longer. And I also noticed a few days after or during that day, I might be wrong here. It could be a day after or during that day also. Ohmwrecker also posted a Let's Play video. And just like Cartoons, he also posted it all on the same day instead of every single day. So I searched the internet for this because I think there might be something wrong with Ohm and Cartoons, or did they just decide to do this together because they were friends? And then I found their tweets. So I'm going to read Ohm and Cartoons, their beef. Ohm said, "It looks like I'll be able to have some videos up to Detroit Become Human as soon as tomorrow. Huge props to Sony for the early code. Would you guys be interested in a bunch of videos all at once? Or just one at a time spaced out over days?" And it was a close poll, but a lot more people answered one per day. And you know who replied? It was Cartoons. He said, "What a wonderfully unique idea." For those of you who don't know, that is pure sarcasm because Cartoons did it first. And it might seem that when Cartoons did it, Ohmwrecker decided that maybe he should do it too. That's why he posted this poll. But that's just my own opinion. Don't take it as a fact. Let's move on. After saying this, Ohmwrecker said, "You've got time to be sassy, but not once have you checked in how to see I'm doing despite being one of the first people I told. Cool, buddy. Hey, keep on thinking you invented single player uploads on YouTube." And then he said to Cartoons, "Yep, this is Cartoons 100% in the flesh. Self-centered and only loyal to his little NC boys clique. Leave it to him to want to come at someone going through a hard time out of jealousy, then push a little harder on that person when he gets called out." And Cartoons, the mad lad, answered, "Really? Mother F. I am the only one that has argued with the group to keep you around, to look past you being a pain in the fucking ass, to say that deep down you're a good dude. You want to be a fucking child, then do it, but I can assure you, I'm not the one." Shots fired. Then Ohm said, "It takes a special kind of scumbag to come at someone repeatedly over jealousy or self-righteousness when they're going through one of the hardest times in their lives. Please don't ever let yourself become that kind of person." Now, for those of you who don't know, I think Ohm lost someone during this time. I'm not certain it could be his dog or his family member. But let's continue. And then Cartoons responded, "How you figure this is on me? He want to start publicly, then I am game. I made a joke and he blew up on some real insulting ass shit. So I'm supposed to be a bitch and let someone talk to me like that? Bash my name to countless people watching? F that." Then Ohm replied, "If I wanted to bash your name, I'd share a lot more about your character. Just back off. You've already put BS lies out there and tried to spin things in a way that wasn't accurate. What's next? You sure like to kick people when they're down." Then Luke said, "Stop playing the fucking victim, Ohm. You're a man, so act like one. There's not a single thing I've said that's untrue, nothing inaccurate." And then Ohm set out a tweet longer too. "If you think this is the first time our group has argued or the last, then you'd be a damn fool. Usually we blow up on Skype or Discord. We get it out of our system and move on. That's how life works. That's how friends or brothers act. You move on. Taking it public is a different thing. I don't let people disrespect me. Call it what you will. If I'll grab someone by the collar in real life, why would you think it's different on Twitter? I'd 100% rather keep the negative S behind the scenes where we can call each other every name under the sun to vent and not have CNN watching. I've told girlfriend to get the fuck out of my house now on some real shit over a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh match. It happens. I regret that everyone had to see it, but I will never apologize for standing up when my reputation is being shit on publicly. I can talk about shit for hours. I can work shit out, and we have on multiple occasions prior to this. But let the record show that I've gotten zero messages outside of the public tweets. For what it's worth, no one checked in on the situation because we were being updated constantly on Twitter about it. I need space when I'm upset, and if need something, I will reach out. Villainizing my friends for not asking about my mom when she had breast cancer never crossed my mind. I don't expect people's lives to revolve around me, and not checking on me doesn't mean me think they're not my real friends. They'll be there if I need them, and if I need them, they'll know it's a two-way road. That being said, I'm deleting everything I had a part in hopes of calming down some of the horseshit and shenanigans. Hope the popcorn was tasty. Oh, the popcorn was so tasty. Here's the thing, Ohm. The internet doesn't forgive and doesn't forget. Cartoons might have, because after this, you guys continued playing like nothing ever happened, but people know from this brief interaction which one they would choose to side on. You see, the thing is, what Cartoon said was a joke. Knowing Cartoons, or knowing him as a fan, even if you did post the videos continuously, which I think you did, he wouldn't be angry about it. He'll just laugh it off because you guys are friends. But the thing that's funny to me, Ohm, is even with a friendly banter, you turned toxic. You changed the topic. Instead of saying, "Oh, sorry, man, I wanted to follow what you did," you changed the topic. You told the people, "I'm having a bad time right now. You should let me be angry, or you shouldn't joke about such things." And that's stupid. People can get angry. People can have bad days. But you should never, and I mean never, blame the bad things that happen to you in the bad things that you did. You should never say, "I'm in a dark place," because who of your recent friends use those exact same excuse that my mental health was all over the place and I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted validation. Do you remember, Om? Because you defended him. Before all the shit hit the fan, you defended your friend and you blamed Terrorizer. No, even after all the shit hit the fan, you still blamed Terrorizer. And by the way, Terrorizer is my second favorite YouTuber. Imagine that. Imagine being so toxic that a person who did nothing wrong and you still made him out to be a part of another person's mistake. Now, there are lots more drama about Ohmwrecker. He supposedly had trouble with Markiplier's friend group too. He supposedly had trouble with Chilled Chaos's friend group too. And now, Mr. Fruit is not playing with him. Or I didn't see him posting about him. At the end of the day, the main reason I made this video is not to shit on Ohm. It's for people to know. For all of those who have something against the Vanos crew, just a piece of advice. Don't go to Ohmwrecker. Because the girls that had something to do with Louis went to Ohmwrecker. And supposedly, they didn't want Keemstar to be involved. And what did Ohmwrecker do? He let himself be played like a fiddle by Keem. And what happened? The girls who had something done to them by Louis had to suffer the consequences. By the way, thank you for listening or watching this video. I am not a drama channel. In fact, I am the farthest thing from a drama channel. I am merely venting. And I also want people to know about Ohm's dirty laundry. Because Ohm seems to like showing people what his friends' dirty laundry is. I'm just asking you to leave a like and maybe share this video. That is until Ohm decides to report it, because I'm just a small YouTube channel. Ohm can definitely report me and have my video taken down. But it's fine, because as they say on the internet, once a video is up, it's up forever. This is the Curious Transient, signing off.
You are the best of me, darling.